Washington. It's week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto District of Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And complete here to Carlos Hyde. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 60 yards.
And you can tell early, they're going to look at...
And oh, his first carry, he loses the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a first and 10 at the 20. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. The numbers for Zeke from last week. The hat trick +1, 4 trips to the end zone with his legs.
And, partner, you know how all the guys do when they do that little symbol now about eating, right? Keep feeding me, feeding me. They just kept feeding him and feeding him, and next thing you know, he kept getting in the end zone.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. He'll fire this deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And normally when you see guys moving this fast, It might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play, and then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off, and he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Greg Zerline kicking off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now Carlos Hyde gears up to take the field again. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. One carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball, got a full game ahead of him, hand it to him again, see if they can start to produce.
And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
First down, a run with Hyde. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11 now.
At the 42-yard line.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. And Philip Dorsett holds it in. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One thing about the Seattle Seahawks offense, they are a run-first group, but when they throw the ball, they want to throw it downfield and sting defenses, and Philip Dorsett provides great speed and a good target downfield in order to get that done. Nice catch there. His speed adds an extra dimension to the Seahawks offense.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Ezekiel Elliott, a guy who considers himself underrated, has told his detractors to put some respect on his name. Hard not to respect a run like that.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on next-gen stats. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnover. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, a give to Hyde. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. From the gun, it's Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
CD, that's the second time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. And, you know, he may not have the franchise tag, but I bet they're relieved to have that deal done, keep him around.
And he's a good guy, a valuable player to them, and they wanted to make sure they had him around.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh no! And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 21-0 our score after 1.
21. Seahawks, nothing.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And it's a fumble. And the Cowboys have recovered.
Wilson's pass complete. Fumble on the play.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Prescott now from the 50.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
CeeDee Lamb,
his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
Rick Zerline to kick off 4th down.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possession.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now the second down throw on target. And oh, he coughed it up. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Looking to throw on second down. Prescott flush to his right. They'll try and run it. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On second down, Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott.
Zerline to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And let's look at Carlos Hyde now. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit.
And he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Oh, you got to feel it, baby.
This is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Now it's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Wilson's pass complete. Fumble on the
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys add on. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now.
And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Greg Olsen was a big-time pickup for the Seattle Seahawks in the offseason. Spent the last 9 seasons with Carolina as an all-pro, Pro Bowl tight end, and did the same thing before that with the Chicago Bears. Now he moves to the Northwest and gives Russell Wilson a big-time target in the middle of the field.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are able to get a score back. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
1st down, Dallas.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Prescott. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Escaping the pressure, and that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Come on, let's go.
He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling. His receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him.
And the Cowboys Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Let's go. Tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. Second and 10 now, Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And a loose football. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Wilson on first down. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. And this is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Please take over first and 10. At their own 28-yard line.
Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. He's been in a pretty good groove. They actually have more yards on the ground than through the air, but both have been good, pretty balanced.
And have we ever met a coach when we've talked to him before a game that hasn't mentioned wanting to be balanced?
No, because then you've got both sides hitting the defense. They don't know what to expect, right?
It really helps your play calling because now you're in a position where you're confident in either one, either aspect of the game, dial it up and let it go. And so far, that's allowed them to lead.
Absolutely. Have the lead here. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott as the first half is winding down. And this offense continues to pour it on.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
24-yard line.
So we've reached, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
Seahawks 14.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And now Cooper, slow to get up. Staying down after that last play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They go to Elliott again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Jamal Adams there on the tackle.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. Throwing, Prescott. And his throw here is incomplete. Quentin Dunbar right there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
He may try and run for this. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Bobby Wagner, the NFL's leading tackler in 2019, there on the stop.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Frank Zerline to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Clean it house, baby.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Third down and 10.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Wilson to Metcalf that time. First down, Seattle.
What a great rookie campaign in 2019 for DK Metcalf, who came in with high expectations, was actually upset that he went in the second round, not the first round, but quickly proved everyone wrong who didn't take him prior. 900 yards receiving, 7 touchdowns, and looks exactly like a Seattle Seahawks receiver is supposed to look. Big, strong, physical, and catches all the contested passes downfield.
On second down, Hyde. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Throwing is Wilson. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
Had to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Michael Gallup and company as they take the field. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. To throw is Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Prescott with a throw caught by Lamb. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I know that no game in the NFL is ever easy, but they're making it look that way. Everything is being done with such precision. Just on this drive alone, 3 plays, 3 first downs. If you're on defense, you're scrambling, looking at each other, trying to figure out how are we going to slow these guys down.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. And he just tied the NFL record on that 5th rushing touchdown. He's the 6th man ever to do that in a single game.
And, partner, did you just say that he tied an NFL record there?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking 5 touchdowns on the ground against an NFL-caliber defense.
Is that good?
I'd say that's fantastic. What a game for him.
It really is something. We are watching quite the effort.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. taking it in from a yard out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And this is the kind of day a running back dreams of. They keep handing him the ball, and he keeps taking it in for touchdowns.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Zerline to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
This will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you can...
The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Wilson's pass complete. Fumble on the play. Recovered by Dallas.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to leave the booth.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run with Elliott. Shifts by him. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Complete to Dalton Schultz.
If anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And this offense is running away with this one.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
Automatic
You're
first down.
always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
Wilson operating from the gun. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Wilson's pass complete. Fumble on the play.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll run on first down. Elliott, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Well, there it is. After number 5, we were wondering if we would see it, and he has broken the NFL record with his 6th touchdown in this game.
Let's face it, we can go ahead and lose our objectivity here, can't we? And just applaud what we've seen. That's one of the great records in the NFL. Are you talking about this 6 touchdown runs in a game against an NFL defense? I want to run down. Let's go down there and carry him off the field ourselves. We should do that.
Get his autograph after the game. I know that much.
Don't forget, I know you. Selfie. We'll do a selfie.
Oh, yeah, we'll do a selfie. We'll do a group selfie.
There you go.
On first down, Wilson. And the tight end, Olsen, right side. And the ball is knocked out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover, but I still think it should go to the defense, even if they...
Wilson hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble, and the Cowboys have recovered. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Flush to his right. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room at home?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson airing it out for Olsen. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Third and 2. Now Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it'll be 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
Throwing again. Wilson. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll lock him with a grab over the middle. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
It's always interesting when you get ready for a Seattle Seahawks game because when you think of their receivers, you think of these guys going to be 6'3", 6'4", 225 pounds out on the perimeter. But Tyler Lockett, he shatters all of those thoughts. Much more like a water bug, but maybe their most trusted target downfield. Led Seattle with 1,057 yards last season, operates in the slot and outside, and is tough as any receiver in the NFL.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And a decent move, but brought down quickly just outside of the 5-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Again, it's Elliott. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten. Oh, wide open, complete. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play here for Dallas. 53 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. That is caught inside the 5. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again.
He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
Well, look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Cowboys have recovered.
Wilson's pass complete. Fumble on the play. Recovered by Dallas.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to... And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Here's a first down throw that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. For a right side here, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That one a first down pickup of 8. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Wilson hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble.